Hi, I'm Tanner with Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. Today we're going to go over one of our used inventory units. This is a 2016 4-horse Cimarron Norstar living quarters. Living quarters in this unit's 10-foot short wall outlet living quarters. This trailer is only 28 foot on the floor, so you're getting kind of all the amenities of home in a smaller little package. That way you can get around town easy, pull in gas stations easy. But then again, if you want to stay somewhere for a weekend or even a week, you still have the ability to do so in this living quarter setup. Starting under the nose of this trailer, you have your spare tire. This is a hydraulic jack. Cool thing about this hydraulic jack is we do have a manual override on it. That way if your batteries end up getting low somewhere, you're not stranded. You just whip out your bar and you can override that hydraulic jack, get it off your truck or get it on your truck and get going where you need to go. Above that, we do have your battery box. The thing I want to point out while we're looking at these batteries in here is just how organized this battery box is. Your batteries are labeled for what they power. So you got one battery that power rides your air ride on this trailer, two that power your house batteries. And then again, you'll look up top and each cable coming off these batteries to your switches and everything, they're all labeled. So if you ever need to work on this trailer or have a mechanic work on this trailer, he's gonna know exactly which wire to follow, and they're all gonna be labeled like that throughout the trailer. Cimarron does a really great job at keeping things really clean for you guys. Over here in this corner next to that battery box, kind of tucked away, hidden here, this is your air ride for this trailer. This trailer is air ride equipped. The way this unit works is you have a raise and lower position, you have an air drain. The thing I want to mention is if you have air ride or are thinking about getting air ride, it's always smart that if you're shutting your air ride off to let this sit overnight, is to drain this air valve right here. What that does is it gets all the moisture out of your air lines and prevents them from cracking. Down below are your two 20-pound propane tanks. These tanks are going to run to your house, and what they're going to do is they're going to power stuff like your fridge when you're not plugged in, and your furnace if your furnace is propane equipped. Next to your hydraulic jack over here is going to be kind of your connections. Right here is your city water connection. What this is for is if you're staying somewhere for an extended period of time or overnight and you want to have water just all the time in this trailer and not have to worry about draining your tanks, you can hook a hose up onto that. It has a flow protection, which what it does is it kind of keeps you from overloading your lines in your trailer. But you just screw your hose in there and you have unlimited water for your water heater, for your showers, doing dishes and stuff like that. There also is a spigot below that, so if you do want to water your horses from your tanks, or even if you're connected to city water, it'll run out there as well. Coming down the side of this trailer, we do just have your sliding type bus windows. They are emergency exit kickable, so if you're staying in this trailer, you need to get out for a fire or some reason like that, they can pop a latch and you kick these windows out really easy in case of emergency. This trailer does have a 16-foot electric awning, or my bad, not an electric awning, a manual awning. Really great, you can run this awning down. The cool thing I like about it is you can adjust it and get an angle just right to where if it does rain or something like that, the water's going to run off this awning and it's not going to be running off the front to where you're walking underneath it. It's going to give you a real nice area to barbecue, hang out and stuff like that. You have two 120 plugs right here for plugging in a barbecue grill, plugging in a radio, something like that that you would need outside. Again, kind of most of the time you're traveling, going down the road, you're spending most of your time outside your trailer. Most of the time people are thinking they need this huge immaculate living quarters, and most of the time, myself have done it. You jump up in there and the only thing you're doing in there is maybe grabbing a snack, crawling up in bed, turning on the TV and going to sleep, getting ready to go somewhere the next day. So with a trailer like this, your first thought might be this trailer's kind of small on the inside, it maybe doesn't have everything you need. But I promise you, you'll get in this trailer and you'll use it for exactly what it's intended for and you won't need anything else. Again, like I was kind of talking, this trailer's not huge on the inside. It does not have a slide out, but it kind of gives you all the amenities you might need. You do have you can fit a queen up here. You can maybe fit a king if you get one custom made and kind of tapered to the nose. You have some storage up there in your bulkhead along with two 120 outlets and some light switches so you can turn your lights off without having to get out of bed. Over here behind me, you have your microwave, some more storage, kind of where all your TV and your cables hook up. Below that is also your AM, FM radio. And the cool thing I like about this trailer is it has two switches right there. You have two speakers on the inside so you can run your radio, or if you're plugged in, you can run your phone, Bluetooth, stuff like that. Or if you want, you can switch this on and you can have that same music or whatever you're playing play outside as well. So if you are entertaining people outside or just hanging out at the rodeo or a show waiting for your next run or something like that, you do have the option to sit outside in some lawn chairs and listen to some radio. Below that, we do have a sink. And next to that sink, we do have your 2-burner cooktop. Cool thing I like about this trailer is I kind of tried to fit some storage in everywhere. Right here in the steps, you got some storage. It's a lined storage, it's not just your plywood. It's pretty nice inside there. If you want to show them. So it is lined, it's foam lined. And then you do have some storage under your sink, but along with that storage, you're more so, look at how easy it is to be able to winterize this trailer. Or again, if you have problems with your water lines or something like that, everything's labeled and color coded. Cimarron does an outstanding job of like showing you guys exactly how they build this trailer and the immaculate, you know, cleanness they put into all their work. Below your cooktop, you do have your drawers. You got some remotes for your TVs and like your radio. Again, these really big deep drawers are really nice, storing, you know, pots, pans, plates, some snacks if you want to store some food in here. Your hood is equipped with a light and a fan. That way you're not getting grease splattering all over your nice trailer. Again, walking behind me over here, you do have this nice little dinette. It's not a full-size dinette that most people are used to seeing, but the cool thing about it is you can still fold this down and sleep a person, a kid especially, or even an adult if you have a smaller size adult. Or you can fold it down, and a lot of people take dogs to rodeos with them. This would be a perfect bed for your guys' dogs. The other thing I want to point out is just how big that living window is right there above that countertop. You have a lot of window space. You have day and night blinds right here. So you can let the sun in, but not let people see you, or you can completely close that sun out if you want to kind of keep it darker in here. Above that, we have a bunch of cabinet storage. They run the cabinets all the way up into the bed frame, so instead of getting, you know, the 4 or 5 cabinets you're normally used to, you get almost 6 in here. You're getting a lot more cabinet space, which is great because traveling, you always end up, like I said, thinking you're going to need this huge trailer with all this stuff to go down the highway, but you end up not using most of it most of the time. And what this does is it kind of puts everything you need into a smaller little package, but while giving you the storage to be able to carry the stuff that you would in one of those larger slide out, you know, 16-foot short wall trailers. Up above me is the AC for this trailer. Cool thing I like about it is you can run it to where if you're, you know, you come in and it's super hot outside and you need to cool off, you can shut all your vents and stand underneath this and get the air just blowing on you. I've done that a bunch of times, but another thing is you can shut these vents completely, and what it does is it runs through your duct system that's ran through this whole trailer. So that way what you're doing is you're cooling off this trailer equally but quicker because it's not having to come just from this unit, it's traveling through the whole trailer at once, and you can heat this trailer up a lot more efficiently as well. Over here, we do have your fridge. I like it because it's a 6.0 fridge. You have your fridge, but the cool thing I like is you also have your separate freezer. Most of the time you get a smaller fridge with like a little freezer compartment that doesn't necessarily always freeze stuff. I think it's super cool having them separate because, again, if you're going somewhere for a long weekend or maybe even a week, you're going to have the ability to, you know, keep ice in here for drinks. You're going to have the ability to keep your food cold but also freeze some stuff. Again, I'm big on the snacking when I'm in my trailer, so you have the ability to, you know, keep some ice cream in there and watch your movies at night. Up above that, again, we're just fitting storage in wherever we can in these trailers. Right here, going to be your storage for, you know, your coats, your hanging clothes, your show clothes. You can hang 2 sets of clothes in here pretty well. Again, it's right next to the door. You can grab coats as you're going out. Get up, you have plenty of room to get dressed in the morning. Again, just giving you guys as much storage as possible. Cool thing I like about this trailer is for it being a 10.4 short wall, typically you lose a lot of that space in your bathroom when you go to a smaller short wall, but I feel like this bathroom has a lot of room in it. Right here we do have your sink, and above that sink we do have your full medicine cabinet. The cool thing about putting a medicine cabinet in a corner like this is you don't just get that 3 or 4 inches on a flat wall. It goes way deep back into here. You get a lot more storage putting it in a corner like this. Again, you need another sink, and then below that sink again is more storage, more plumbing. Here's a shower for this trailer. The head's laying on the ground because this trailer is winterized. It helps the water run out of there so that way we're not cracking shower heads. Cool thing is that it does have a skylight that runs up, down. That way you're not letting the steam fog up your windows or fog up the trailer. If you got someone showering in the morning and you're trying to sleep, you're not letting that warm steam flow throughout the trailer. But it's a super nice shower setup. On this wall over here, we do have more hang clothes space. Kind of like I was talking earlier, you're gonna have space here to hang your clothes, maybe keep your jackets in that one up front, your clothes back here, that way they're kind of separate. You're not having muddy jackets on top of your show clothes and stuff like that. This right here is another cushion for like kind of how I was talking, if you want to make that dinette out into a bed for your dogs or your kids, that cushion will place down in there. Once you've folded it all down, it'll kind of fill that hole and make it a full-size bed. Down here it is your toilet, along with, you know, your toilet paper roll holder. Here on this wall we do have just your lights for your bathroom, as well as your fan and your vent open and close. The vent for this will be in that shower, that Skylight like I said, which I think is super awesome because you can always turn this fan on and pull all the steam right out. It's not just a Skylight, it operates as a fan too. Moving out of that LQ space into our horse compartment, it does have a cool walk-through door with a mirror on it. I think it's super handy to have a walk-through door for that reason right there. It's because you have this walk-through door, you're going to have this stud stall too as well. The cool thing about having a stud stall is you can keep hay in here, generators in here, but it kind of acts as a mudroom for your living quarters as well if you have a door like this. You can jump through this door if you're muddy from a show, a rodeo, anything like that. Jump through this door, you can hose off, wash off, maybe strip down, go in here, go right into the shower and clean off. That way you're keeping your trailer nice and clean and kind of not getting it dirty everywhere. Same thing if you have dogs, you can jump them up in here, hose them off, spray them off, dry them off, and then let them go in the living quarters and not dirtying it up. These are padded dividers. All your dividers in this trailer will be padded. We can always pad your dividers. Typically when we order trailers, we don't always pad them, but it's always something we can do fairly easily after the fact as well. Another thing I want you guys to notice, if you look up, you notice the condensation on that roof. What that means is it's a lot warmer in here than it is out there this morning. This morning we're fixing to get some snow. It's pretty cold out. Cool thing is the Cimarron has an insulated roof, so we're going to stay about 20% warmer in this trailer than we would be if we were outside this trailer. Another cool thing about Cimarron's roofs is it is bowed. By bowing the roofs of these trailers, again, we're fixing to get some snow. That snow's not going to sit up there once it melts. By bowing the roofs, when that snow starts melting, it's going to run off the top of this trailer. That way your seals are going to last a lot longer in this trailer as well. This trailer does have upgrading OptiBright lights running down your whole tail side. That way you're going to have plenty of light in here for your horses. You're going to have plenty of light in here if you need to check on them, or if you're feeding them and just kind of want to have them a little light to see to be able to eat while you're traveling. Another cool thing I want to point out is this airflow divider. We don't talk a lot about airflow dividers because we don't see them a whole lot. I think they're super slick because they kind of allow your horses to sense each other a little better. It also allows you to check on your horses a little better. We have a really cool camera system that typically we set up, and we'll place a camera back here that'll let you look at all your horses. The problem with the big stud stall is most of the time is you can't see that last horse right there. By making these airflows, you're going to be able to place a camera if you wanted to do so in a trailer and be able to see all your horses safely while you're traveling. Cool thing is this trailer also has a little rubber deal on the bottom. And what that does is it kind of eliminates that gap. Typically we leave a gap there so you can swing over your shavings. On this trailer it's not set up that way. It's set up so again, if you're storing stuff up here and it gets urine running back here, it's not running up here getting into your clean stuff that you're trying to keep clean for your LQ. And on top of that rubber thing is this is a polylast draining floor. Cool thing about it is the urine I'm talking about it not running up there, it's not really going to have the ability to. This floor, horses go to the bathroom, you spill something back here, you got water running back here, it's going to run right through this floor and eventually run through the floor down onto the road while you're traveling, while you're staying somewhere. It's going to eliminate the ability to have to put shavings in here is what it's going to do. You'll notice right here on my right side is it's kind of a different color. What that is it's a paw pad. When you put polylast in your trailer, if you have some horses that tend to paw, they can eventually start, peeling this polylast pieces up. What that does is it gives them a harder, thickened surface to paw at, and that way they're not ripping up your nice polylast draining floor. Each one of these stalls is equipped with an air vent. That way you're getting, you can open them to pull air in, open them to pull air out. You're getting equal cold or warm air flowing over your horses while you're traveling. This trailer is also equipped with mangers, so each one of your horses, minus your front horse, well that'll be a feed bag, but each one of your back 3 horses, they will have a place to eat. Cool thing about how Cimarron sets their trailers up is you'll notice there's a gap here in the bottom of each of these head dividers. You feed them, you grain them, it can get pretty gunky in there, horses slobbering some grain out and stuff like that, but you can always take a hose and just wash it out, jack your trailer up a little bit where it's angled backwards, and all that stuff's going to run back here towards your last manger hole and is actually going to drain. So it's super easy with that hydraulic jack. You just go push a button and tilt it up. dump some water in here, and everything will drain through that hole and onto the ground. One thing I want to point out before we jump out of this horse compartment, I want to talk a little bit about Cimarron's latches. A lot of people are kind of freaked out when they walk in here and they see a plastic latch holding their horse in. In my experience, we've never had problems with these latches, and the cool thing is that by making a divider metal and this latch plastic, when you latch that divider in here, you're not going to have that metal on metal noise, but you're also not going to have that metal on metal wearing. Metal on metal wears a lot worse than metal on plastic. And it's also a lot louder too. So you're not going to have to worry about this latch wearing down as fast as a metal latch would, and it's also going to be a lot quieter, a lot more comfortable ride for your horses. Talked a little bit about the mangers. Right here, we opted out of putting a manger on this folding door, but we can do a hay bag here for this first horse as well. Typically, with a hay bag, you're going to be able to feed your horse and stuff, but it's a lot easier to get out of the way if you do need to use this for, again, a storage area or kind of a mud room. Cool thing I like that you don't see often, most of the time you'll see a feed bag here with one bar, just blocking your horse from, pushing on that exterior door, but then they can push on that hay bag all they want. This trailer has 2 chest bars, so it kind of keeps your horse out of your feed area and out of the door as well. We'll jump out of this escape door and we'll kind of show you guys the head side of this trailer. Again, you can see just how easy and how functional having an escape door is on your trailer. Helps keep your trailer cleaner. It maybe helps you store some hay a little easier than crawling up in the hay rack of this trailer. But the cool thing about the escape door is it's got a smaller window set up just like all the other windows on this trailer. You're getting a full drop down window, you're getting the jail bars, you're getting the ability to fold those jail bars down and check on your horses or feed your horses as well. Cimarron windows I think are so cool. I'll show you guys here in a second. You can grab one of these windows and I can shake this whole trailer with this window without messing this window up. They're super stout windows. They operate super smooth. You can one hand all these windows. And again, the cool thing I like about them is just the ability to feed your horses, check on your horses. You can even untie and tie your horses from the outside of the trailer. We're avoiding you crawling in there with your horses, trying to untie them as they're backing out, crawling over the top of you. We're just avoiding the possibility of having a wreck while you're traveling. This trailer is also equipped with mangers like I talked about, so it gives you the ability to feed your horses on the inside. What it also does is give you the ability to, again, get that storage on the outside. You can never have enough storage, and again, we're trying to keep the length of this trailer down, having a smaller short wall, but you're also making up for it by having mangers in this trailer. They're big, nice, deep mangers. They have lights in there so you can kind of see what you're doing. And again, you can store grain in here, buckets in here. It's a great way to keep stuff out of the way. Again, if you were trying to isolate and keep your trailer clean and use that front escape door as your kind of washroom storage area, you could keep all your nasty grain, totes, buckets, stuff like that back here and keep it from getting that area dirty. But again, it's just super easy to use these windows. And along with it being easy is you'll just notice how big these air holes all are for your horses. You're going to get a lot of fresh, cool air over your horses in the hot summer months, but also the ability to run these as bus windows in the winter months. It's going to get cold like it is today. These are sliding type bus windows. So cold like today, but you want your horse to have some fresh air rolling through there, because most people think horses get super cold in the winter, but they can get pretty hot in the trailer even if it's kind of cold out. So you still have the ability to, regulate your airflow through this trailer however you would like it. Above those windows, we do have a 16-inch awning light. Again, keeping it lit outside if you are jumping in and out of this trailer, or if you're saddling over here, tying out over here, and feeding over here. This trailer, it does have 4 tie rings on the outside. Again, tying, feeding. More tie rings is always better. You can kind of separate your horses a little better that way. Cool thing I want to point out before we walk around the back side of this trailer is it does have an easy angle ladder. I wish I could show you guys, but it's super cool. And if you are trying to load hay into your hay rack up there, you're not climbing straight up a vertical ladder. You pull this out and it actually goes at an angle. That way you can push hay up or carry hay up on a hip, and you're not worried about falling back or spinning off that ladder. It's a super cool ladder. Maybe when I'm done videoing, I'll show you guys how it operates. I'll close that door a little bit. Coming around to the rear of this trailer, it does have a ramp. The reason this trailer has a ramp is because it is an air ride trailer. Typically with your air ride axles, that trailer is going to raise up a little higher than most horses have ever been jumped up into before. So by putting a ramp on there, it gives you the ability to load and unload your horses while your air ride is still active. This trailer does have a swing out blanket rack, as well as a brush box. The last people that own this trailer, they put some Velcro strips up here. We kind of kept them on. We can take them off if you like, if you don't like them. But it gives you the ability, again, if you're airing out, you know, your splint boots and stuff like that, you can slap them up there. The Velcro will hold them up there and give you the ability to hold them open and dry out a little better than it would be just throw them in a bucket, throw them in a brush box. Inside your saddle room here, you do have your bridle hooks. They're fully carpeted behind these bridle hooks. That way it's not scratching up the aluminum of this nice trailer. You do have your adjustable 4-tier saddle rack. So all these saddles can be adjusted to whichever position you need them. They can be taken out if you only want 3 in there or 2 in there, something like that. Cool thing about this is this is a collapsible tack wall. So you can completely take that whole post out, fold this over, and get used to more space in here. You can load ATVs or UTVs if you have a smaller, you know, side by side as well. Up above, we do have your load light. Again, giving you light while you're walking your horses on and off this ramp, just making it safer for you guys, making it safer for your horses as well. Before we jump around this side, actually, I want to show you guys how that ladder works. So on this easy angle ladder, typically, the hard part about loading hay in a hay rack is you're gonna have to climb straight up this ladder with the bale of hay, and it's not super fun. It's not super convenient. So what Cimarron did is they got this really slick ladder that can run out to whatever angle you need it to. Now, that's a lot easier to go up carrying a bale of hay than going straight up a vertical ladder. It's a super cool design Cimarron came up with, and it's super functional. Just make sure you latch that sucker before you go driving down the road. That way you're not dragging a ladder. And we'll step around and we'll get you guys kind of the tail side of this trailer. Your tail side setup kind of standard. We do have a 16-inch awning light up above your bus windows, giving you some nice saddle and light, some nice tie-out light. Or again, if you got this awning out, you're gonna have some nice light if you're barbecuing or hanging out outside. These are sliding type bus windows, so again, you're getting more airflow for your horses in these large bus windows. There are another 4 tie-outs right here. So if you did need to tie some horses out here, a lot of times if I'm at a show or a rodeo or something like that, I'll be sitting outside in some lawn chairs, listening to some music, and I'll tie my horses right next to me. That way I can check on them, feed on them. I know they're doing okay while I'm hanging out. I'm not worrying about them. These are simulators over these wheels, but the cool thing is I know I talked a little bit about the air ride on this trailer. These are 7,000-pound Dexter Airflax air ride axles. So you got 14,000 pounds of carrying capacity. But the cool thing is on top of that, they're running on Dexter rubber torsion. So if you ever have an airbag go out, something like that, you can always ride this trailer down the road without your air ride on perfectly fine. It's just gonna be like driving a normal trailer. Cool thing is though, is by having your air ride and your rubber torsion, is it gives you just a little more cushion. You're getting the air ride cushion, and on top of that, you're getting that rubber cushion underneath that air ride. It's just giving a lot smoother ride for your horses, a lot more comfortable pulling behind your truck. I mean, it makes a world of difference. A lot of people that eventually switch over to air ride that think maybe they would never need it, once they get an air ride trailer, they never go back. It's just so much easier on your horses, so much easier on trucks you're pulling with. It's just an all-around great product. Super cool trailer. On the outside, you can kind of see those speakers I was talking about, that if you flick from the inside to the outside, you will have music out here, as long as a little, you know, porch light here for your door. That way you can kind of see what you're doing if you're grilling in the middle of the night or something like that. So here it is. It's a pretty sweet little used inventory unit. Again, it's a 2016 Cimarron Norstar. It's kind of loaded out. It's got air ride axles. It's got outlaw living quarters. It's a super sweet little setup. If you're interested in this trailer, maybe some other used units we might have on our lot, the stock number for this trailer is 5U201529. Again, it's 4-horse living quarters, 2016 Cimarron. If you're interested in this trailer, maybe some other trailers you might have on the lot, some other used ones we may have coming in, give us a call at 303-684-3400. Thanks for tuning in.